Good day, viewers. Welcome to Generation C, where it's all about culture, creation, as well as connection. I'm, of course, Anchuka Porfi.
And I am Dinala Shiteni. Thank you guys so much for tuning into Generation C. And if you're still clueless about what this show is all about, Generation C aims to empower and equip the youth through 3 different segments, namely The Zone, Varsity Chat Room, and School Corner.
The Zone is published every Tuesday in the Namibian Sun, the Algemene Titan, as well as the Republican. So if you haven't gotten your copy yet, what are you waiting for? The time is already now. And of course, do keep up with us on our website. That is, of course, www.zone.na. But as for now, let's head over to see what The Zone has in store for us. Right, today in studio we're joined by Rozelle Coetzee, a teacher at Academia High School. She of course teaches languages, and I must say that I'm very, very excited to see what she is about to bring to the table. But as for now, let's head over to the Zone to see what is actually happening in the Zone. And of course, if you guys are just joining us and you don't really know what has happened to the Zone is no longer an 8-pager, but it is now a 4-pager, whereby we of course have our front page, our first page, second page, all the way until the 4th page, with the 4th page being our sports page. And if you really do want to keep in tune with everything that is happening here at My Zone, you need to, of course, head over to our website, zone.com or www.zone.na. But heading over to the front page, we, of course, have an article on the 4th edition of the Africa Youth in Tourism Innovation Summit and Challenge. A myriad of opportunities was introduced for the African youth in tourism sector. The Ministry of Environment and Tourism of Namibia announced Namibia to become the center of tourism through a tourism innovation hub in Africa that will help build in the land of the brave. Paulina Alpheus from Namibia won first place from the Namibians that were participating at this event. Let's take a look.
I'm thrilled to formally close this 4th edition of Africa Youth in Tourism Summit and a Challenge 2022, whereby we witness experts sharing innovative ideas, sharing stories from indigenous communities around the world, as well as illustrating potential innovation in tourism. On behalf of the government of the Republic of Namibia and on my own behalf, once again I would like to express our sincere appreciation to the conveners of the African Youth in Tourism Summit to have selected Namibia to be the host of the 4th African Youth in Tourism Innovation Summit and Challenge 2022 to 2024. This historic event has attracted over 36 countries across the globe, over 250 masterclass participants, over 700 summit physical participants, over 70 industry experts, over 33 exhibitors. The journey is forever. Do not feel like you have arrived, because if you do, someone else will come and outrun you.
So let's start by awarding the top 3 Namibian entries in this competition. So our number 3 entrant, or number 3 second runner-up, in other words, Ino Kayoko from RNS. I don't think he's around. He was remotely when we did the pitches. So in his absence, we want to congratulate him, and let's give him a round of applause, guys. Our first runner-up, I hope she's still around, is Maria Shipapo. Maria, where are you? Come join us. Congratulations. Maria, you here? Shout, shout. Let us hear you coming. There you go.
This light is fucked.
And just to add to that, as the winners cannot walk away empty-handed, right? So Paulina Alpheus, our winner of the competition, will also receive a $500 US Canadian prize to help her with the business. So congratulations for Paulina as well.
And on page 2, an article on the Youth Entrepreneurial Mentorship Conference that took place at the Waterfront Auditorium in Ludret from 27 to 29 July 2020 by Monique Adams. Let's take a look at how that went.
Good afternoon. My name is Vyalmarie Janja and I'm the acting chairperson for the Karats Regional Youth Forum under NYC. So really my expectations from the mentorship conference is really that how to start businesses, where can one apply, which sectors really relates to each individual. So different sectors to be broken down so that different people can see exactly where to put themselves, where to place themselves.
So what's one thing that you can take from all the days? What's one thing that really grasped your attention? Was like, oh, I didn't know about that.
So really something that I didn't know, that there's so many opportunities for people who are not as qualified or who don't have a lot of qualifications. So you don't need a lot of qualifications to be successful. You just need to be driven. You need to be persistent, consistent. You need to be able to have the proper, surround yourself with the proper people. They said that this is a mentorship program, so they really emphasize the importance of having a mentor, someone who is grooming you, because you might have the potential, but you need the guidance as well.
Also on page 2, we have the photo of the week. So photo of the week is Victoria Shatiwa showcasing her business at the 4th Africa Youth in Tourism Innovation Summit, which was hosted by the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism. The key focus areas of the summit included youth entrepreneurship, students' immersion in innovation, small enterprise development, personal transformation and self-actualization.
Well, also on page 2, we of course have our Vox Pops, and on this week's Vox Pop, the Zone team asked youngsters to present at the 4th Africa Youth in Tourism Innovation Summit to share their opinion about the youth being well represented within the tourism industry. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
My name is Amandisha Tapisa. I'm a CPL holder, that's a commercial pilot license. And my take on my take on youth and empowerment in tourism is I think we are being represented very well. Before today, I don't think my answer would have been the same, but after I've seen how the whole world is coming together in conjunction and supporting us as youth, I can very much say that we are greatly supported and we should maximize the opportunities we've been given.
Okay, my name is Absai Nikamba. About the youth, to me I think that no, it's not being well introduced in the industry, because mostly when I see the people that are in the tourism thing, it's not the youth. Like nowadays I've been walking around, I'm just seeing like the visitors, they are on their own. Yes, they don't get help from us, they are doing their things on their own, but they're in our place. So we need to help them, but there is no that don't see like they need help. Even if you're talking to them, it's like, no, we can do it on ourselves. Like, you just want to help them. They're saying, we have the maps, we have everything. Yeah, we can just do it on ourselves. But to me, it's not good like that, because some of us even don't have like a job, and I can stand for myself, for a company that I represent. Then I can like work and show the people of our country how beautiful our country is, beautiful places, things that they don't have on their countries to see here. Yes, such things. Okay, thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Apollos Kayamo, and I believe yes, the youth is still lacking. It's not well educated and it's not welcome into the tourism industry. But I believe the problem is coming from both sides, as in we as the youth as well aren't showing enough interest or aren't willing to dive into the tourism industry, and this may be due to lack of opportunities. I'm not sure if it's because we're not looking deep enough, but so far from what I've seen, there aren't many opportunities for the youth to venture into the tourism industry.
And this week on our page 3, we focus on our star teacher and news. Our star teacher for the week is Rozelle Coetzee, a language teacher at Academia High School. She is motivated by the fact that she can help her learners grow. Please stay tuned to hear what she has to say.
Hi, I'm Rozelle Coetzee. I am a languages teacher at Academia Secondary School. I started teaching in 2011, so this would be my 12th year as a teacher. I am a languages teacher by profession. I am qualified to teach English and Afrikaans, first and second languages. So when I started teaching, I started teaching with the junior grades. I taught grade 8 and 9 Afrikaans second language and a grade 10 first language. That was with our old curriculum that we had. I continued teaching these junior grades up until 2014. Then I switched to teaching Afrikaans only, and I taught Afrikaans second language then for grades 9 to 12, as well as grade 12 higher level Afrikaans on the old curriculum. Then from the year 2020, I'm only teaching senior Afrikaans, that is grade 10 and 11 Afrikaans ordinary level, as well as the new AS level Afrikaans up until this year. I'm still busy teaching those grades currently.
Right, and now moving, of course, also on page 3, we have an article on a cleanup campaign done by Rex at the Windhoek Central Hospital, looked to raise awareness on hepatitis. This one is quite very important.
It
is. Love that they, of course, took this initiative. Lastly, on page 3, we, of course, have the Girl Eng Micro Workshop that was hosted in Windhoek on the 27th of July at the Nampower Convention Center for 240 girls in STEM. As part of a 3-year partnership to engage 10,000 girls and women in STEM by 2030. The workshop was hosted by the Deb Marine Namdeb Foundation in collaboration with Woman Ange, a non-profit subsidiary workshop.
And on page 4, we have an article on tennis. We have an article on tennis players that came from all over the country to Windhoek for the Namibian Tennis Association 2-day junior tournament.
Well, now also on page 4, we of course have an article about the rugby that took place this weekend. As we all know, that the school's rugby has definitely kicked off already. Heading over to our website news, we of course have an amazing event that took place last weekend for all our swimming lovers at the Dolphin Swimming Pool, the Short Course Gala. And I must say that this one is one of my favorites because I love the water. With the waters. So this one is definitely quite interesting for me. Well, there we have it, such an amazing zone edition, amazing information that we of course have on our website as well. So yeah, let's head over to the school corner. Well, welcome to the School Corner, where we go all around the schools in Namibia to find out what's happening. Now, this week we, of course, or last week rather, the school newspapers for Dr. Lemmer, MNK Hertz, of course, came out. And if you were in Rehoboth and you were in at the nearby shops, you were able to grab yourself a copy. So yeah, do check them out.
And guys, please do join our Telegram channel and do not forget to send us the amazing content.
Amazing content. We are waiting for that content, because once you send us your content, we are able to showcase it here on this amazing show. But as for right now, stay tuned, because up next we of course have an interview with Rozelle Coetzee, a teacher at Academia Secondary School, and she teaches languages, of course. She taught us a little something.
And she was my netball coach as well.
So I'm sure you're definitely dying to find out who she is and what she has to say. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to Generation C, guys. Today in studio, we are joined by my former teacher, Miss Rozelle Coetzee. She is a language teacher at Academia High School. Hi, ma'am. How are you doing today?
Hi, Dina. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. Lovely to have you in studio.
It's such a pleasure to be here. And a nice surprise, though.
Indeed, it is. So, ma'am, let's start with what inspired you to become a teacher?
What inspired me was when I was still studying, me and a friend of mine, we used to go to also a former teacher that has an after school, and there we worked with learners that have dyslexia, those types of things, and it actually taught me to be patient with kids, and I think that also was an eye-opener for me. I didn't want to become a teacher, but once we started like working with these kids, I realized this is something that I want to do. I want to work with kids. So yeah, that's how I got inspired to do better while studying.
So, okay, ma'am, you mentioned that teaching wasn't what you wanted to do. What did you want to do?
Ooh, I've always been obsessed with finances. I literally wanted to have a career into finance. Like I really wanted to be a finance manager, but those days when I was still at school, I was raised by a single parent, and money wasn't always readily available. So my mother said, why don't you try out studying for education and stuff? And I'm like, really? But okay, at the end of the day, I tried it, and here we are.
Ended up loving it. So what is the most challenging thing about being a teacher?
Okay, for me, as a language teacher, as I teach Afrikaans, and 95% of the kids that I teach are not mother tongue speakers of the language, and it's quite difficult to get them there where you want. Sometimes it's challenging, especially when the kids are not motivated. They feel that Afrikaans is an oppressor's language. Why must I do it? And so I have to always be creative and come up with new ideas to get them interested in the language. And that for me is an extreme challenge.
Okay. So what keeps you motivated and inspired to just keep going every single day? I mean, being a teacher is quite difficult, and it's a lot of work. So what keeps you motivated and just inspired?
Okay, what currently keeps me motivated is the fact that I'm also a mother now. When I started teaching, I didn't have any children. You can maybe ask kids that I taught way back when. I was very strict and didn't listen to reason, nothing. But the moment that I became a mother, it immediately changed my way of thinking, and I realized these kids are also somebody else's kids. And I changed my approach, and that's what keeps me going, because I'm thinking about I have 3 daughters. Excuse me. My kids are also at school, and they also have teachers. So that is what is keeping me going, because I also have to teach my daughters to respect their teachers. And I mean, to have a disrespectful child in your class is just the worst thing.
That is true. So, ma'am, there's an ongoing strike right now. How do you feel about that, and What do you think it's necessary and why?
Okay, with the ongoing strike, I feel it is super necessary. We are in the education sector, we are a noble profession, and we always put the kids first. But at this point where we are in life right now, everything has changed. And we have been patient for so long. We have really accepted, okay, the government cannot give us an increment this year, it's fine. We think about the kids, but it's been going on for way too long, and the cost of livings have been increasing. And we are also parents, our kids also go to government schools. We also really need to survive. For us, in order to be there for other people's kids, we expect the same for the government. We are also their kids, looking after their children, grandchildren even. And currently the situation is like we are up to here, and we've been patient long enough. So yeah, I am for that strike. I went to cast my vote, and I think it speaks for itself. We are tired now.
Yeah, it's showing. So, okay, ma'am, last question, unfortunately. Any few words for prospective education students?
Yes, I do actually.
Okay.
I just want to tell all the prospective teachers out there, please do not become a teacher just to earn a salary. You must really have a heart to work with children, and like the world is changing, we as people also change. And for some teachers that are on their way to retirement, the young generation is not really interested. But if you are going to become a teacher, please remember, in this profession you have to have the kids at heart. So if you are busy with it, please think about the children of tomorrow.
Wise words from a wise woman, guys. So we have come to the end of our interview, unfortunately. It was lovely having you in studio.
Thank you so much, Tina.
Thank you so much for joining us. All right, guys, so now we are heading over to Varsity Chat Room.
Well, it's of course time to take a look at what is happening within the universities all over the world. Now, to start off, we of course have an article on the launch of UNESCO's climate adaptation as well as water resources that took place at the Namibia University of Science and Technology on the 27th of July.
All right, so this week we focus on Hancho Kapofi, the main man sitting right next to me. So he is a presenter, journalist, and content creator. So when he is not hosting the Social League or Ohole So Nice, he is making us suffer well his lifestyle with the amazing content that he creates. Let's take a look at what he has to say.
I'm Hancho Kapofi, student at the Namibia University of Science and Technology. I'm studying journalism and media studies. You know, this is something that I've always wanted to do since I was young. Since I grew up, I've always seen myself in front of something. A camera, a phone, lights, camera, action. That is where I've always seen myself. And I think that is what took me to studying journalism and media technology, because this allows me to express myself and of course use the God-given talent that I have. My talents of course are speaking, dancing, and I think this is something that I'm able to do throughout what I'm studying, which is of course media technology as well as journalism. And I'm able to let my creative juices flow as somebody that is of course creative in this very, very small country of ours, where it's always sometimes difficult to put yourself out there. I'm one of the lucky individuals that are doing so. Yeah. Well, there you have it, today's episode of Generation C. Such an amazing episode. I've had loads of fun alongside Dina here.
I did as well. It was lovely presenting with you, Hancho.
I'm soon going to be back again.
Please.
But from us here, it is of course Auf Wiedersehen.
All right, guys, bye.